I had a completely different video planned for today. I was sat here ready to go, notes prepped, coffee poured, and then I made a fatal mistake and opened my news feed and I saw this. I didn't believe it at first, but then I opened Steam and there it was. And now that other video can wait, cause this needs addressing before I lose my fucking mind. Alright, you lot. So this is Kryonull, a visual novel made by a developer called NovelkaGames. And before I rip them apart, I'll give him credit where it's due. Its premise is about a manned mission to Europa making first contact with someone under ice. And it's actually an interesting setup for hard sci-fi. Branching decisions, crew trust mechanics, multiple endings. Sounds genuinely decent on paper. And then you scroll down to AI-generated content disclosure, and it reads, all images and voices in-game as well as on store page were generated using AI. All fucking game is machine-generated and they want $100 for it. $100 fucking dollars! That's about 90 quid in real money. £90 for a visual novel where no artist picked up a brush, no voice actors stepped in front of a mic, and no human being apparently gave enough for a shit to do out beyond type prompts into generator and hit export. Now, for context, you can buy Baldur's Gate 3 for less than that and still have change left for a chippy tea. You could grab 3 or 4 actual handcrafted indie titles and have your entire weekend sorted. But no, NovelkaGames reckons an afternoon of prompt engineering is worth more than what Larian spent 7 years building with actual human beings. That's some top-tier delusion. Now, I want to be crystal clear about summat before anyone twists me words. I'm not against AI in games. I use AI tools myself. I've been open about that, and I'll keep being open about that, because that's all AI is. It's just a tool. An hammer don't build a house by itself, and a prompt don't build a game by itself. Use AI to speed up boilerplate code, rough art concept work, placeholder audio during prototyping, procedural generation where human design rule sets and AI fills it in. That's legitimate crafting, a skilled person using a tool to work faster and smarter. But what Kryonull is doing ain't that. It's handing every creative decision to a machine, wrapping it in a store page, and asking you to pay more than an actual handcrafted game costs. There's a massive fucking difference between a developer using AI to assist the vision and some chancer using AI to replace having a vision at all. One's efficiency, others fraud with extra steps. And here's what bothers me about this, because it's not just one game, is it? I checked. And as of March this year, over 7,300 games on Steam have disclosed AI-generated content. And Valve's position on all of this is basically, disclose it and we'll look away. They won't reject a game for being entirely AI-generated as long as you tick a box and tell people. But that's not quality control. That's a disclaimer stapled to a skip file. And when you combine that with Steam's $100 processing fee per listing, you start to see a pattern. You spend no making a game, pay Valve 100 quid to list it, price it at $100, and you only need one sale to break even. Just takes one poor sod who don't read store pages properly, and you're in profit. And look, I'll say this, and this is just speculation. I've got no proof, so I'm not accusing them at all, but questions need to be asked. Because when you see an unknown developer with no track record listing AI-generated content at wildly inflated prices in both English and Russian, and you're aware that money laundering through Steam's marketplace is a documented and academically studied concern, especially around Russia, you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to raise an eyebrow. You just have to be paying attention. Valve needs to stop hiding behind disclosure labels and start asking basic questions before approving a store page. Like, did a human being make this, or did you just type sentences into 4 different generators and zip it up? Because at this rate, Steam's becoming a landfill with a search bar. And if you're a developer, a real one, someone who spends months or years pouring craft into your work, watching AI Slop get listed next to your game at triple your price, that's got a sting. And it should. It should piss you off enough to demand better from Valve. 'Cause there's supposed to be a platform, not a fucking car boot sale. Anyway, that's my opinion on this matter. Tell me yours in comments. And if you like this video, YouTube says you'll like this and next. So go check that out, and I'll see you there, you magnificent